Well, I got to admit, this was a disappointing IDO, and I don't know about you, but I expected more. Welcome back to Bearman Crypto, where we talk all things crypto. As you've been following me over the last few videos, I had been specifically tracking this IDO for AIPAD, and I expected big things, and it seems that it's turned out to be a bit of a flop, if I'm honest. Um, on the day of the IDO, when it launched, I was expecting this to have, pumped out the door. But literally, I think the peak that we got. So at the moment, we can see here AIPad is currently 51 cents at its peak when on the day of the when the token went live, it hit a peak of 86 cents. I know on KuCoin it hit about $1.27. I'm not quite sure on at the moment on CoinGecko it's not reflecting that. So if we were to go by the price on CoinGecko, that would make it about a 43x, which is very disappointing considering the size of the allocation that everyone got for staking the various Launchpad tokens. I expected a lot more than that. You would typically expect this to at least 100x because obviously the allocation is so small. And you can see here in terms of circulating supply 3.8 million and total supply and max supply of 200 million. So you'd expect this to do well out the doors. That didn't materialize. So, I've then now been just looking into it a bit more and digging in a bit deeper just to understand, is this even worth still holding? Obviously, I'm not trying to fund the project. And of course, what I talk about is not financial advice. Do your own further research before you invest any of your hard earned cash. But shout out to one of the comments that I had on the AIPad video that I did. There was a guy called KitKat who pointed out specifically this about the total and max supply being 200 million, and the fact that if you think there's two chains, it's specifically on BSC scan and Etherscan, and on Etherscan, if we have a look specifically, we can see here on Etherscan it mentions a total max supply of 199, well, basically 200 million. And on BSC scan, again, you've got the same 200 million. And theoretically, these should be halved if they are on two chains. Obviously, depending on the allocation, both the chains combined should add up to 200 million. And that's obviously not the case. That's not the way it looks at the moment. When you look at BSC scan, you see the number of holders. You got 5,562 addresses. On Etherscan, you've got this as 445 holders. BSC Etherscan is the one specifically, I believe that's the one that's operational on Uniswap and potentially KuCoin. And BSC Scan is the one for PancakeSwap. So I'm not quite sure what's going on there. If anyone has any idea, just drop me a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this. But this doesn't look good. It doesn't bode well in terms of having a bit of faith in the project itself. So you know it then makes you question what else is going on in the background. Obviously, again, as I said, I'm not trying to FUD the project, but the performance so far of this specific project has been thoroughly disappointing. You can see here, this is when you start to look at who really made the money with this IDO. You can see that obviously the allocations that we discussed previously, it was heavily weighted in terms of probably the founding team having a fair bit that was not specifically locked, and for the people that were buying in this private and public sale had to basically their tokens will vest over a 10-month period. So Obviously, are these the guys that are getting really getting the raw end of the deal? So you and me sitting in this specific private and public sale pot and having our tokens sat there for a period of time. Obviously, it hasn't performed well, and it leads me to question why the token price hasn't pumped as much as it should have done, given the size of the initial market cap. Of people just basically that had tokens unlocked, just been dumping them to the disadvantage of the people that have still got their tokens locked. This is something that obviously I've been looking at and just wondering myself. If we have a look at specifically the Launchpad tokens themselves, they haven't, since the IDO and obviously the token going live, they haven't absolutely just dumped massively. I would have expected them to have dumped a bit more than that. But obviously, given the general market conditions at the moment, we're looking here at Meta VPAD. This is down 6%, but the overall market as well is down at the moment. But given that the IDO for AIPAD has now happened, I would have thought that this would have dumped even further. So I don't know, maybe that is yet to come. We have a look at BSC pad, that is currently down as well. Again, not down as much as I would have expected, and the same story as you can see here on ETHPad, which is down 8% in the last 24 hours. So I would have expected that a bigger sell-off than that. So maybe there's still something else in the background. People are still holding their tokens a bit longer. Maybe people believe that there's going to be positive things to come. So one of the things that was announced was once the token had gone live, they would announce a new project. The new project that's now been announced that will be launching on AIPAD is this one, magical.ai. You can see the announcement here was made on the 2nd of March. And obviously it follows a similar process to the way AIPAD went, a specific whitelist process. And we can see here, if we go to the Twitter page for magical.ai, this is their Twitter page. They've now got 18,000 followers on Twitter, but it's only started in February 2023. Again, I'm not trying to fund the project, but again, this is the sort of stuff that you need to be paying attention to and question. Why is that Twitter page only just gone live? If this is an IDO that's been in the works for a while, why have they not? Why has this not been live for a while and promoting elsewhere? These are, again, guys, these are only my opinions. I am not an expert at this. Don't come for me in the comments. But, these little things are things that you need to pay attention to. Maybe I'm a little bit salty from the way the token has launched on AIPad, but these are all little fine details that we need to keep paying attention to make sure we protect our capital. But who knows if this IDO on Magical AI might do well? Who knows? I don't know much about it, but I guess we'll learn more as the project goes on, or we find out a bit more about it. And this is just their website as well. It looks, I wouldn't say there's anything that screams out as amazing in it. It looks very basic at this stage. Maybe more information will be announced as time goes by. But I have to say, at the moment, I am one disappointed AIPad holder. But I'll continue to monitor the progress of it and see maybe things might turn around. Maybe they've felt the impact of the overall market starting to have a bit of a downturn. But this is why it's important to make sure you do your own further research before investing any of your hard-earned cash. Because sometimes, you need to make sure that you're making the right decisions for yourself. But this is all I wanted to share with you in this video. Just my thoughts post IDO and, what I'm thinking about the whole project. But that's all I want to share with you. Hope you enjoy that content, and I'll see you in my next video.